look at that. Right when we went live, we get a hype train. But I do want to explain something for the hype train before anyone does anything. Um, there will be the first week of December. I'm pretty sure Twitch is doing this thing where they will discount all of these subscriptions. So if you have a Prime subscription, feel free to sub today. If you're really concerned about missing like a streak, right? Because there's a lot of people who have 36 months or whatever in their sub streak, feel free to do that. But if you can wait until December, by all means, we want you to save money, and I think it'll be like 20% off. So we'll save you a couple bucks or a couple cents. I don't know. But if that's important to you, I just wanted you to know before you sub without Prime. Welcome. Uh, did you mute yourself by accident? So go to Carla Marie. Oh, okay. Now, what you're going to want to do, though, I know you hear me. What you're going to want to do is go to OBS, and there's a little slider under where the volume shows, and you can drag that all the way up to the very top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can do the same thing with your slider
Mine
as
was
well.
off. Mine was completely off.
Okay.
So did no one hear me talking during the open?
Didn't seem like it. No.
Why would that have been off?
Maybe we were testing something. I don't know.
Why are you separate? We broke up, so.
Okay, so let's just make sure that everyone can hear us. There we are. There she is. People can hear Carla Marie better.
No,
Carla Marie's
Anthony.
good. Anthony is still low.
What?
And you have me all the way up.
You're literally, you're in the, if you fix your microphone, everyone's going to go deaf. So don't.
Okay.
Talk now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't know why this happens because I hear you fine. It was like when you heard me fine. And we're using a completely different platform. You even have a real microphone.
So here's what you can do. You can, on the Rodecaster,
Yep.
you can adjust those levels because there's desktop audio coming from me that you can raise up.
That's on like
And
the
then
thing
there's
the USB plug, right?
yes. And then you can lower yours. You can toggle either one of those in either direction. So
Okay.
I don't know how to keep checking this.
God.
Jen, thank you very much for those 3 tier 1 subs. Although I will tell Jen and Lisa, you guys do not need to gift sub or anything because you guys did so much last week to get us to through our goal of the hype challenge.
Okay. Dear God, that is so loud now.
It's all right. It's quick. It'll be fine.
All right. You hear the train.
I agree with Martha. Stop stressing. You guys sound perfect.
Okay.
We'll just deal
Let's
with
start
it.
over. All right. Erase. Should I do the countdown again?
No, you absolutely should not.
Okay. All right. So welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony show. I'm Carla Marie.
My name is Anthony.
I am coming to you from our studio in Seattle, Washington. Anthony is in New Jersey for Thanksgiving. We'll get into more of that at some point. When you couldn't hear us, Anthony was talking about the December sub thing that Twitch is doing. So explain that.
So in December, so I believe it starts December 1st for the whole month. And granted, we're only on for the first 2 weeks. But for the whole month, I believe Twitch is discounting 20% off of every way you can support a stream. So a gifted sub, a regular sub, bits, I think they're all going to be 20% off, which means instead of using 100 bits to cheer on Twitch, which normally is like $1, you would be spending 80 cents to do that same support system.
Yeah.
So in case you want to save a couple bucks, a couple pennies, whatever it is, I just wanted you to know before you started doing that today, especially because so many of you were so generous last week when we were trying to get through to the level 5 of the hype challenge. So I wanted to make sure that we were just very open and upfront with all of that.
So yeah, we in December will still make, like if you gift a sub or buy a sub, whatever it is, we still get the same amount. It's that it's Twitch and Amazon that takes the hit. So,
So
boom.
But what's cool is, like Carla Marie said, we'll still make all of that, and it works out great because we're gonna be doing less content in December. So if you support it, like the content level and the support level will kind of balance out, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So what do you got going on, Carla Marie?
Okay, so we have a paper list today
It's fun.
because when we're on the big, like on the screen like this and we're separate, we can't have a written list. So we got the papes. Should I go through it?
How about instead of talking about the list, we should talk about what's on the list?
Okay. Oh my God. There's audio issues again. So once you can hear it, if you make your volume louder to hear you, then I'm too loud. Okay.
I'm not there, so I don't know.
I know,
what to
I'm
tell you in
adjusting
terms
it.
of troubleshooting this, yeah.
Okay. Martha's saying no. Okay. All right. We're just going to continue.
And here's the thing: if both of us are loud to you, the easy solution is just lower the volume.
Okay.
That's really it.
That wasn't it. We were different, but we're good. Okay. So, hype challenge. We'll get to that. LA Fitness and Ballard acting mayor. Health update. That's me. Travel mishaps. Jesus cookies and baking.
Okay. Well,
Look at
let's
that.
do it then. So why don't we start off with what we completed last week, which was actually pretty cool.
Okay. So Twitch had their hype challenge for 2 weeks this month, and it was, if you were here, you understand how it went, but very quick version of it was there was basically an extra type of hype train that went on for 2 weeks, separate of each individual hype train. So everything that was gifted, purchased, bits, all of it kind of put us in the separate leaderboard. There were like 900 Twitch streamers that got to be a part of it out of the, how many Twitch streamers are there?
I mean, there's thousands.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And in there were separate levels of things that we would achieve. So we got a $10 Amazon gift card, a $20 Steam gift card, a $40 DoorDash gift card, and we're going to give those all away once Twitch gives them to us. We haven't gotten them yet. And then we decided...
The weird thing is we completed all of that, and then Twitch like never sent us a confirmation email or anything. So we're just like crossing our fingers, hoping they come through with all of this. But the last one is pretty cool for our studio.
Yeah. So the last one we hit Friday night. So we did an extra stream Friday night while we decorated our Christmas tree, and we hit that next, which was level 5, which we did not think was going to happen. And we get a Twitch backpack and a at Carla Marie and Anthony neon light. Oh, well, according to Twitch, we get a neon light with our names, but we'll see because I don't think they realize how long our handle is.
Yeah, I think once they realize how many characters we've got, they're gonna maybe just send us the Twitch logo or something. Like you guys are too much. But that was really cool, and we wanted to say thank you to everyone. I know Jen and Lisa and Claire and so many people gifted bits, gifted subs, subbed themselves. And it was a really cool experience to know that not only were we selected by Twitch, but we have such a strong community that got us through the finish line that we set. Now, there were 8 more levels past that, but I mean, the top level was 3 million points. Level 5, which is what we accomplished, was 200,000. So there's quite the distance between those goals.
But don't you think it's kind of weird that we haven't gotten an email?
I do. I'm wondering if they just need to like calculate everything.
I guess it ended Friday. Maybe they're not working on the weekend.
Maybe, and it's a holiday week. We'll figure it out. I mean, it was a pretty public thing, so I don't think they can like, sweep this under sweep this under the rug or carpet?
Rug.
You would sweep it under a rug because a carpet is like wall to wall, right? And that's the difference between a rug and a carpet.
And those are hard to rip up. I've been there.
Carpets?
Yeah.
Also hard to install. But I do want to talk about what happened after Friday. What, Carla Marie?
Aladdin rides on a magic carpet, not a magic rug. Which technically he's riding on a rug.
He is riding on a rug. He's not riding on a carpet.
My whole life is fake.
Right, like Persian, it's because they're not Persian carpets, they're Persian rugs.
But it doesn't say rug liquidators on Route 109 in New Jersey. It says carpet. That's a carpet sale.
But I think that's because they actually sell wall-to-wall carpet. Like carpeting.
I don't know.
There have to be people in this chat that are way smarter than us in terms of what the actual difference between a rug and a carpet is. I was always under the impression that like a rug is something you can have an area rug or a
Right.
throw rug. No,
You don't
throw
have an
rug.
area carpet.
Yeah, a carpet is wall to wall, covers the whole room.
Ben
Right?
Cal said they're easy to install, just lots of physical labor. I
Yes,
know.
that's true.
According to Merriam-Webster, a rug is a piece
Yeah.
of thick, heavy fabric that usually has a nap or pile and is used as a floor covering.
Okay. God bless you.
No, you never do it before.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I'll take it back.
Thank you. Because then it goes
Next.
away. Okay, carpet, the sort that goes wall to wall, rug, something bigger than a mat you would put on the floor, but does not go wall to wall.
Ooh, so you have mat. So it goes mat is like the smallest,
Yeah.
then rug, and then a car. Could you have a Persian mat? Maybe that is actually what, because that makes more sense for what Aladdin is riding. Because it's not that big. That
So
looks
he's-
like something you'd put in front of your sink, right?
So he's taking her on a magic mat ride?
Yeah.
Like a doormat.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It's 100% not a carpet.
Well, no.
Because
No.
they'd be able to fit like Abu and Raja and everyone else on the carpet if that was the case. It wouldn't be just big enough for the two of them.
Okay. Well,
Iago
no.
could come along. Jafar.
Okay. I
Who
need
else
to
you got? Sultan.
hold on.
Yes. That sounded so good.
I muted my mic, but you still heard me.
It didn't mute to me. That was
Oh, that's
right in
fine.
my ear holes.
I don't care about that. All right.
Oh, that's thanks.
Yeah, but
So-
you're used to it.
Yeah, I'd like, but now I'm thousands of miles away. I'd like to be unused to it for a little bit. But speaking of being 1,000 miles away, I need to talk about all the things that happened before and after my flight to New Jersey. Because the flight itself, totally normal. A little bit of turbulence. I slept most of the time because it was a red eye. But before and after, kind of crazy. Before, there were 3 things that happened basically as I was going through security. So first, I'm going through the airport trying to find the right gate because I have clear and TSA pre-check, which at most airports, if you're trying to use both, you have to go to a very specific gate to do that, which is great because you're through in 30 seconds. The longest part is actually using my finger scan because I'm just like waiting there. But as I'm walking, I hear, you know how a lot of airports have the TSA announcements from local celebrities and whatnot.
Yeah.
I hear our boy DJ Dallas
That's awesome.
from the Seahawks, who is, you know, I would never consider myself friends with any of the athletes that we've gotten to work with, but DJ Dallas is the one who's the most friendly
He is.
with me through social media. He actually wished me a happy birthday, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And when Carla Marie sees him at the games, he's always very nice as well.
He's always busting my
So
balls.
it was cool actually knowing the person who did the announcements. And then I'm going through security, and this guy right in front of me is struggling because he's got a cat with him.
Been
And
there.
the cat is not wanting to get out of the little carrier that he's got. And he's, you know, it happens to most people. You don't want to hold up the line.
No,
So
the
you
panic.
start panicking and you start acting even worse than you would have.
The best part
if
is
you weren't
that
panicked.
he probably struggled to get the cat in the carrier in the first place.
Yeah. So this cat is a beautiful cat. It's like one of those Bengal type looking cats.
Ooh, did have
Is that
blue
what they're
eyes.
called? They're Bengal cats.
Like it looks like a
What'd you
tabby.
say?
Like it looks like a tabby, but more wild.
Yeah, I guess so. Like the markings are like rounder. They're not stripes.
Okay, it
I
could
don't
be
know.
a
Whatever.
It could be a regular.
Not a
cat.
big deal. So he's struggling with this cat to get it out. The leash is getting caught in places because you don't want to just take the cat out
Right.
because if it gets out of your hands,
It's gone.
So I'm telling him like, hey, I'll push your bags through. I'll help you out. Let me help you with this leash. I've been there before. And he's super appreciative. So he's like opening up both sides of this carrier. I'm feeding the leash through one side. He's trying to rip his cat out of the other side. Finally gets it through, walks it. I put his stuff on the conveyor belt. He's gone. Now I have in my stuff, and because I was helping him out, I forgot to take this out of my backpack. I have out my microphone and the stand that I'm using right now, which oftentimes when it goes through security, they don't really know what it is, or it looks like a blunt object or something. So they'll usually, what's it called? Not tag my bag.
Pull it aside.
Like they'll pull it aside.
I never take mine out. They normally just ask me what it is, and it's
Well, you don't look like me, so.
They're like, "Ma'am, what do you have in your bag?"
Yeah, exactly. When you look like this, they're a little more cautious of when you're getting on an airplane. So it goes through, and the guy looks up, and I could tell that my bag is paused under the scanner. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn it, forgot to take out the microphone because I have it in this little individual bag, which makes it really easy. I pop it out, and we're good to go. So he looks at me, he looks at the bag, he looks at me again. He's like, "You have a mic in there?" And I said, "Yeah, I have a mic and a mic stand. Sorry, I usually take it out, but I forgot." All right, no problem. So and he keeps scanning it through. So he's not pulling it out where they have to like swab it or anything. And as it comes out, he looks up and goes, "You got a podcast or something?" It's like, actually, I do. It's called the Morning Show Podcast. You should listen. And that was it. That was our whole interaction.
That's hilarious.
But those three things, the DJ Dallas, the cat, and the podcast thing all happened within like 5 minutes of
That's
each other.
cool. That is cool. You know, when I travel with the mic and my beach waver in my carry-on, they're like, what is going on in here? Because I've got a lot of wires, and then the beach waver is just like this long thing, and they're like, is that a weapon? What is that? And they're like, oh. So
weapon, pleasure device,
they're
hair
never
styler. Sure. It could be.
You never
be
know.
A lot of things.
You never know.
So then I take the flight, and the flight's fine. I'd say the only issue, and this is like very much a first world problem, I was the row in front of the exit row. So I couldn't lean back, which on a red eye is a little harder to sleep, but
Yikes.
I made it work. All good. And I actually slept for most of the flight. Problems arose when I landed, though. I get to Newark Airport, and I wasn't sure if I was taking an Uber to my parents' house or if one of my parents was going to pick me up. So I get a text saying my dad is going to pick me up. Phenomenal. Saves me like $65.
Nice.
I meet my dad. I grab my bag, meet my dad, and we are leaving Newark Airport. And if you're familiar, there's the New Jersey Turnpike that you normally get on to go north or south if you're going in a long distance there. Did my camera freeze?
Yep.
Huh. You know what? I'm going to switch to another camera real quick.
Okay. Anthony's fixing his, and I was trying to do do I need to adjust that?
No, I can do it.
Nope, too much.
Just lean that down. There we go.
Yeah, the feature chat isn't working either, and I was trying to get it. Like, it's there. I'm selecting them. I see them as if they're live, and it's just not showing up.
That's weird. So my dad picks me up. We get on the Jersey Turnpike, and we start going towards where we're going to get on like the north ramp, right? And all of a sudden he looks down and he goes, "Oh crap, the car's not working again." Now, if you remember, when I came back in August, same car, my brother picked me up from the airport. He picked up me and Carla Marie. And as we were also driving through Newark, but this time on local roads, the car just sputtered out. It looked like it ran out of gas, and we just died.
In a major intersection. Like, where truly, if there weren't cops right there, there was a chance we would have been like a NASCAR pit stop where people would have just come and stolen parts of the car while we were sitting in it. That's how insane it was.
So same car, and it looks like at the very first signs, looks like the same issue. So the car kind of sputters, and now it starts slowing down. Thankfully, my dad pulls over. There's no cars next to us. He pulls over to the side of the road. That's where it dies. And he goes, shit. The car died again. It didn't give me an indication that it didn't have gas. And I look over at the dashboard, and I said, "Dad, it literally says you're on reserve fuel. What are you talking about?" He goes, "No, it says we're at half a tank." And now we're arguing because I'm looking at this thing, trying to figure out how my dad thinks that there's still fuel in the car.
Okay, wait, I need to pause for a second, though. Wait, pause for 1 second. Let's go back. Because when it happened to us, turns out that there was actually gas in the car. The Mercedes needed to be taken in. Everyone in the chat was saying the same thing, that there was a recall on this car because this was happening to people. So it got fixed, right?
Yes. So it did get fixed. And there was... So when it happened with my brother, there was a little bit of debate as to whether or not it was actually out of fuel, if it was a fuel gauge like problem electronically, and I think it was a little bit of both. Honestly, I think there was probably too little gas in there, but it didn't indicate it right away. Anyway, we fast forward to this most recent time that I'm getting picked up, and we're now stuck on the side of the Jersey Turnpike. Okay. I'm now arguing with my dad as to whether or not it was his fault or if this is a default with the car. And I realize today what actually happened. Okay.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we all do this, right? We all fall into normal habits and we get used to where certain things are located, right? So my dad is normally driving this van that my parents have, where on the bottom of the dashboard, the left-hand side is where you have like the temperature gauge,
Yes.
which is normally right at the middle, right? It's normally just if your car is doing well, it's somewhere in the middle. It's not too hot, not too cold. On the right-hand side of the van is the gas gauge, where obviously it'll tell you how much gas you have. In the Mercedes SUV that they have, it's switched. So my dad, the whole time he was driving down to the airport to pick me up, was looking at the temperature gauge, thinking it was the gas gauge.
But it doesn't
And
ding?
that's why
Does it ding?
No, it absolutely does. It has a
Because ours
big
doesn't.
thing. It's a digital display. It's a
Ours-
digital display, so it has a big thing that comes up and says, "You are on reserve fuel."
Okay,
Get
so he
to a
has no
gas station,
excuse.
basically. He doesn't really have a huge excuse. He does have a little bit of excuse into where he was looking at the gas gauge. And that's why he kept saying, "No, I have half a tank." And it took me until I drove the van this morning to go, wait a second. This guy was looking, and when I say this guy, my dad was looking at the temperature gauge the entire time, thinking that's how much fuel he had.
Okay.
And the best part about all of that,
Yeah.
because this continues, but the best part about all of that is that while he was waiting for me to land at the airport, you know where he was stopped waiting? At a gas station for like 30 minutes. He was just waiting there, burning whatever reserve fuel he had, sitting at a gas station before he got me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
And so now keep in mind, we're stopped. And if you're familiar with this area of the turnpike, there's an express lane, there's a local lane, and then there's the westbound lane. So there's a lot of lanes.
Yeah.
In terms of waiting for AAA to figure out where you are, locate you exactly, and make sure they can get to the right area.
Hold on.
So
You
we
had
called AAA.
You called AAA? So embarrassing.
Well,
You should have called my
we had no
dad.
gas. If we were on local roads, I would have thought about it. But I also didn't want to bother your dad again to make him drive to Newark.
'Cause
at a
last
weird
time-
hour, because keep in mind, it's 6:30 in the morning.
Last time my dad, he came at midnight to come put gas in the car. And
Yeah.
picked me up. He was like, "I'm taking my daughter from you guys. Can't trust her with you."
I would have loved if he took me from my dad at that point. But I use my dad's AAA card. We called AAA, and it's weird when you call them, they now send you a text immediately. And I guess it makes it easier for them to locate you if you turn your location services on and
Yeah.
they can like ping you. But because of where we were with all of those lanes, they still needed to call us and figure out exactly which lane we were in. Because if you send the tow truck guy in the wrong lane, it'll take like 30 minutes to turn around and find you. So I put our address in there or ping them, whatever, send them my ping, my location. We wait another 30 minutes. They finally call us to figure out exactly where we are. They say, "We'll call you back." And now we're waiting for probably like 30, 40 minutes total.
Oh,
And
I would have
now
been.
the state troopers roll up. And because we're just stopped on the side of this major road. So 2 straight state trooper cars pull up. They come out around to my side, and right away I'm like, "Sorry, we ran out of gas." "Okay, no problem. Just needs to check the information." So my dad gives
They
him
need to check the
his-
information.
He just wanted to they want to make sure there's no warrants out, I guess, or something for our arrest. I don't know. They just needed our license to make sure that we can operate that car. So my dad gives him his license, and I wouldn't have even done this. He gives him my cousin, who is a state trooper. He gives him his PBA card. And if you're not
His
familiar,
gold card? Is
with
it a gold
PBA
one?
card, it's a gold card. It's the special one. So he gives him my cousin's gold state trooper PBA card. And the guy takes it back, comes back, and then now the other cop who's in this state patrol car with him literally jogs out to where my window is. He's like, "Hey, let me see that badge number again." And he turns out he's really good friends with my cousin, which is was our saving grace this whole time, because AAA still hadn't called us back.
But why
to
is that
confirm
your
they were
saving
actually gonna
grace?
Show up with gas. I'll tell you why. Because the cops decided it would be more time efficient
And safer.
to drive my dad to a gas station to pick up a gallon of gas, drive him back to the car, and fill up. They filled up like 2 gallons. And this is the best part. Normally, if you had gone to the gas station, my dad would have had to buy the actual container, right?
Yeah.
To put the gas in. But because he was with cops, He was like, well, if someone just brings this back to me, you can borrow it for now, fill up 2 gallons of gas, which is what it holds, and then bring it back. So the cops not only took my dad to fill up the gas, drove him back to the car, filled it up themselves, and then returned the tank for my dad. And all of this happened before AAA even called us back. As they were on their way back, I should say, AAA finally sent me a text saying they were sending their technician out, and they were sending him out from like an hour away.
No.
So it would have taken forever.
I would abandon my car on the
get
side of the road.
Yeah. But all of that, this all happened.
So good thing your dad gave the gold get out of jail free card.
And I never would have thought about that because in my mind, I'm like, I'm only going to use this card if I'm in trouble, right?
You have one?
But I don't have one. No, I don't live in Jersey, so it doesn't make sense for me to have one.
So my future nephew-in-law is a New Jersey cop, and we were talking about last time I was home, we were talking about them. And I was like, man, I want one, like joking around. He's like, I'll get you one. I was like, no, like you've given everyone, like how many do you have left? He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, you've given like one to everyone in this family. Like my dad has one, like it's bizarre. He's like, no, I go to a jeweler and get them made. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I did not. Yeah. Did you know?
I would love to meet the jeweler who has that contract.
Well, I said, how much are they? He goes, $12.
That's still probably pretty great because all you're doing is engraving like a fake piece of gold.
I know, but like,
It's not real.
Your cousin George should go to your dad.
I wonder how we can get, because there's got to be some sort of official status.
Do we need
to do that, right?
I guess I know what you're saying. Like, I could just go get one made from your dad then. We should get a Carla Marie and Anthony gold card. Don't give it to the cops, but like, I don't know, it'd be cool to have.
I would love to do that and I'm sure back in the day, radio stations probably did this when they had a little bit more reach and pull. But I would love if we had a gold card that was almost like a discount card, right? Like you could.
Yeah, they used to have this for like, if you could sell this for cheerleading.
What do you mean?
It's kind of like the coupon books, but now they do it as a card.
I need you to, so you can use the cheerleading card for discounts? What do you mean? So
when we were like cheerleaders, we would sell like this massive, ginormous coupon book, like for local businesses, but now they do it as like a card. You just show the card at the business. And it's
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. Maybe that's something we can do in the new year, like a card-carrying member of this community.
That'd be cool.
Card-carrying community member, a CCCM.
Put it in your digital wallet. What?
Yeah. That would be pretty dope. Weren't we talking to someone in Dallas about
some
sort of digital wallet?
We just invented something
activation.
We should email her because it exists.
I don't know if it's the same exact thing we're talking about.
It is.
And I know this is all digital, but we'll figure out a way, since we do know a jeweler who can engrave things, we'll figure out a way to make you a physical one if you want it.
Fred the mailman said the CMNA gold card will get you a free towel at LA Fitness in Ballard. And Seattle Cocktail Club said Seattle Cocktail Club members get discounts with their card.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe we can just latch on to
figure out a way to do that.
Okay. So also, Run Like a Husky. Speaking of, I got the Battery Daddy at Costco because of you guys.
Oh, man. Just wait
Don't do it.
My new...
It's not as good.
My new Lowe's/Home Depot find. No, it's pretty cool.
No, we don't shop at Home Depot.
It's pretty cool, and I think Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, I'm sure whatever big box lumber store you go to is going to have this. It is a new cheap purchase. Kind of one of those like... what are they called when they're at the end of an aisle?
End cap
items.
End cap
items. It's pretty cool, and I think it'll be not as good of a gift as the Battery Daddy. So if you haven't purchased the Battery Daddy for someone or a white elephant exchange, go with that first. But if you have, I got a new one for you. I'm gonna wait till I'm back in Seattle to do a video about it because it's pretty sweet, and I'm definitely bringing it to my family's white elephant.
I'll be honest, I don't think it's a good gift. I
think it'll be a hit. But you didn't believe in the Battery Daddy either.
No, I did. It's just absurd. And every time I need a battery from the Battery Daddy, he says, we don't have it. We don't have it.
I'm sorry. You thought the Battery Daddy was a good idea?
No, I thought it was cool to have at the home. I think it was a good gift.
Okay, thank you. The truth finally comes out. The truth finally comes out. Carla Marie is a non-believer. You heard it here first.
Here's why.
Non-believer Marie.
Because I'm like, hey, we need this battery. We don't have it. What is the point of this thing?
Okay.
You know how many times?
Using...
3 times. 3.
Okay. Explain the batteries that you're talking about, though.
The one that goes in the key fob of our car.
Yeah, you're talking about the little circle batteries that even like you've got to basically go to a jeweler or a Battery Plus or something normally to get those. Because they're all different sizes, but you want AAA, AA, D, C.
You got the D.
Quadruple A.
Did
you know that I have quadruple A batteries in that thing?
Where does that go in?
Exactly. You're a battery novice. Don't even talk to me about batteries. Okay? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Okay, well, anyway, for a white elephant for your family, I'm bringing a gas can, thanks to everyone in this chat.
That actually would be pretty funny.
100%. I'm going to buy a gas card and a gas can.
Can I tell you the best part?
Yep.
Apparently, so this story was being told to my cousin George. We were at a christening yesterday for my cousin Julian's youngest child. So George is there. Now, George was working as these cops were helping us out. So I had messaged him and they were, I guess, radioing with one another or something. But
I would have been like,
my mom
can I talk to my cousin on the radio?
Well, the best part was they put my dad in the back seat when they were driving him to the gas station.
That's what I was going to ask.
And that as we were driving, we're all laughing about it, obviously. And he goes, well, I finally was in the back seat of a car. And I said, Dad, you've never been in the back seat of a cop car before? He said, and he was, the fact that I thought it was so normal is probably more concerning than the fact that my dad has never been in one. But that I've been in the back of a cop car 3 times.
All right, Sam Hunt.
One was because they were actually helping me out the same way they helped my dad. When we were kids, a bunch of my cousins were in Michigan visiting my family that lived there, my cousins Paul and Mark. And we drove to Ohio to get fireworks. But my cousin Paul had the biggest piece of crap car you could ever imagine. I mean, the fact that this thing made it out of his driveway every day was kind of a miracle. And I credit his dad, who was a priest, who probably just like blessed him every single day. We get to Ohio, we buy these fireworks, car dies on like an empty highway at night in rural Ohio. There's no one there. And we start walking because we figure there's got to be a rest area somewhere. We're from New Jersey, so we're thinking there's a rest area every couple miles, right? Wrong. We keep walking. I'm like 11, 12 years old at this point, and there's 4 of us, I believe. And a cop finally pulls up as he sees these children walking on the highway. The oldest one is 18 years old. And he's like, what are you guys doing? We said, oh, well, our car died a couple miles ago, and we just figured we'd walk to the nearest gas station or rest area to grab a payphone, because this is
my God,
right?
What a time. Ancient.
And I'll never forget this cop looked at us like we were the stupidest humans, which we were, in the world. He goes, I just want you guys to know you're more than welcome to walk, but the next rest area is a 25-mile drive or 25-minute drive. Why don't you guys get into the car and I will drive you to the nearest payphone and you can call your parents to come pick you up. So all of us filed into the back of the cop car and he drove us to the next rest area. So that was my first experience. Guy. The next 2, I was actually arrested, but
I've never been in the back of a cop car.
Oh man, it's so fun. Not comfortable.
Fun. Maybe I'll do a ride along with my future nephew-in-law over Christmas.
You should.
I forget.
My uncle, who I just mentioned, he was the one who passed in February, early March. He was a priest in the Michigan area, right outside Detroit in Southfield, Michigan. And one of the things he would do is like, I don't know if you call it a side hustle for a priest, but he was a chaplain for one of the precincts in Detroit. And if you know anything about Detroit, there was at least a decent amount of crime there. So there were times where he'd be doing ride-alongs with cops as part of his like side hustle in case they had to go see a family and break some really bad news to them. It was his job to do that. But there was one time where the cops, I guess a couple of them needed to go respond to a high-speed chase, so they had to let him out literally on the side of the road. They pulled up.
That's what I've heard. You have to like sign away.
Go. Yeah, you've got to go. And they just let him out on the side of the road and somewhere in the city of Detroit.
But then they'll send like another car to come get you a lot of times.
I don't know. I think he had to find his own way home, which isn't bad because he had a cell phone and a
Right.
wife and kids in the area who could pick him up.
But you get to
But
wear
they're
a,
just like, you're
a
on your own.
bulletproof vest.
I think he did have to wear a
Well,
vest. Yeah.
I don't know what it was then. Now you do.
Yeah. But ride-alongs are cool. The back seats of cop cars they're just plastic for the most part, so they're not comfortable. And they're less comfortable when your hands are tied behind your back. That's the worst part because you're literally sitting on a plastic bench like this.
Okay, so what was your cousin George? What did your cousin George
Oh,
say from his side of this story when he finds out that his uncle used his gold card
yeah.
to get gas?
No, he obviously he was appreciative that the guy that he knew, who I think graduated a year or two before him in the
Mm.
state trooper academy, helped his family and took care of him, which was really nice. But my mom was telling my cousin George that it's unfortunate because we have so many of these gas tanks
Mm.
or gasoline, carriers in our shed. We have like a dozen of them because
Well,
people have just kept running out of gas.
so put them in
And
the car.
you would think that would be the prudent thing to do with the amount of times this has happened in my family, but it's not. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. So we're
Okay.
gonna at least give one to my cousin George now, who will have one.
So that
I
was
don't know if we'll keep it.
like as a cop have one or just for his own personal use?
I think just for his own
Okay.
personal use. I feel like if you're a cop and you run out of gas, you could just call someone. Right
No,
now.
but
You
like
got a radio.
for people like you, not for the cop.
Oh, or for that, yeah. I wonder that would make more sense. But I wonder if they don't have him in there because, like, if they get into a shootout,
Well, that's the other thing.
I don't know. I see it in the movies. That's what happens, right? You hit a
Yeah,
can
yeah.
of gas and everything blows up.
And then you let it leak out, then you light it on fire. Have you isn't it unsafe to have it in your own car for car accidents?
My brother Justin said I have a tank in my trunk. I've had it there since college. So maybe it's safe. I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
find
feel
out.
like if it gets really hot though, isn't that dangerous? If it's 100 degrees outside and you've got
No, but then how is that
gas
different than
in
having it
your
in your car tank?
oh, true. I don't know.
It's
Maybe it's more prepared. I don't know. You're asking me questions like I know anything about the world that I don't.
Okay. All right. Next on the list, which
All right, what do we
travel
got?
mishaps. That was in the middle. We didn't even. Okay. Hype challenge done.
That's all I got today.
All right, good. No, you got Jesus cookies.
Oh,
We're
well,
not
this
there.
is quick too.
Oh,
Well, it's quick because it's kind of like a follow up to that christening where I saw my whole family. What?
go.
All right, go.
I'm-
No, just it's
no,
it's weird 'cause
Jesus
they had
cookie. Are you
these-
talking about communion, like the wafer?
No, not the wafer. So we go to this communion and I didn't
Nope.
know this. It was a double communion.
You went to a
It
christening.
was my christening. Yeah, it was a double christening. So it was my cousin's child and then his in-laws' child as well. So the two sisters, my cousin's wife and
That's
her
cute.
sister, they had kids like weeks apart.
That's so cute.
So they christened them together, which was cute. I just felt bad though because I only brought one gift, but
You
I
don't know
also
that-
thought to myself, I don't really know these other people.
No.
And I'm not saying like I don't appreciate them or anything. I've never met them.
Did your
So I don't think I need to give your kid a couple, $100 or something for joining Christianity when they didn't even make that decision.
did your mom, dad, and siblings give the other baby a gift?
So it turns out my parents, by chance, actually know the other husband. He's helped them with their mortgage a
Okay.
couple times. And this was completely unrelated. They didn't realize that they had family members in common until like their second remortgaging that they've done or something
Okay.
like that. So my parents gave 2 gifts, but my brother and I did not. And I don't know if that's tacky, but that's just what we all chose.
You don't know this other babe. It's fine.
But the reason I bring up Jesus cookies is because they had these delicious chocolate covered Oreos, which are like one of the best treats you can give.
Mhm.
But they all had giant crosses on them, and I kind of felt bad biting into them.
Yeah, my sister will make. My older sister's really good at making like those chocolate lollipops, and she'll make cross cookies or like praying hands or whatever for christenings, communions, and you just take a big bite out of the cross. It's bizarre.
I feel
Jesus
like
would
the
not
praying
have
hands-
it.
The praying hands, I'm fine with. Like,
But
if
just-
there's any other iconography, I guess that's fine. But if there's like I don't know if people do this, but like a picture of Jesus or a cross, I do feel a little weird eating that candy or chocolate or whatever it is.
Yeah,
But
it is.
that was it for Jesus cookies.
It's it is weird, but whatever. I mean, I'm going to cross it off. We're done?
Yeah, done. Donezo.
Okay.
What else you got on the list? Carla?
So as the current acting mayor of LA Fitness in Ballard, since you aren't here, it's been a time. I literally went to the gym once without you, and I feel like everyone's array.
Because I'm not there?
I had someone come up to me and be like, hey, where's Anthony? Hey, is Anthony here? And I was like, no, he's not here. He's in New Jersey for Thanksgiving. They're like, oh, cool.
Who was asking about
I was like, sorry, he's not here. It was Julian.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like people are looking at me and they're like, looking for you.
Listen, I'm not trying to like insult you or anything here, Carla Marie, but you've basically been the +1 at LA Fitness in Ballard. I mean, you're not like, I'm the invite and you're the +1.
But then I was thinking, I was like, wow, if we break up, who's going to get the gym?
That's not even a question. That's not even, there's zero debate.
Okay, well, I'm going to go cancel your membership because you're not here.
Well, unfortunately, that cancels both of our memberships, so good luck.
We're in the family plan.
Yeah. You know what's funny is we've been on the family plan at LA Fitness in Ballard
Since we moved there.
way before we even started dating, because the guy who used to manage there was looking at our addresses as we were signing up at the same time and said, hey, technically, even though you're in different apartments, your address is the same. So I could put you guys under a family plan and it'll save you. It saved us like $30 or something a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Yeah, it's funny.
Just so you know, just so we're clear, the breakup, if it happens, I get LA Fitness in Ballard and I get Max. That's it.
Okay.
You keep everything else. You could keep the show. You could keep Twitch. You could keep all of it. I get LA Fitness in Ballard. I get Max. You heard it here first. That's the deal.
If you try to take Max, I will burn down LA Fitness in Ballard. And I will go on record saying that.
No. Life is a Hike is saying split the gym in half. Tones gets the weights and Carla Marie gets the basketball.
The hell am I going to do in the basketball court?
Which might be safer for me. But I'm going to be very clear. I get all of LA Fitness in Ballard, all hours of the day. There is no split. If we split, your face never showing up in LA Fitness.
I got a week till you're back. I'm going to like slowly get in with more people there. Like I'm going to get a new crowd. Oh, I had to ask some random guy for help yesterday because you weren't there.
What was it? What help did you need?
I can't on the cable pulley machines.
Mm-hmm.
So like if the thing is up here and you got to like unhook it and bring it down, because I don't have enough like height. Like if it's here, I can pull it out and move it. But when it's up there, I can't reach it. And I was like trying so hard. I was like, oh. And then I started like looking around. I saw the guy next to me looking at me. I was like, can you get that? And he goes, sure. Boop.
Well, just so you know, if you want to be a considerate gym member, I will normally do 99% of the time, as long as I remember I do this. After I'm done with those cables, I'll bring them down to like the halfway mark. I'll take off whatever attachments I'm using.
No one does
and
that.
then you bring the actual lever down. And the only reason I started doing that was because I saw like years ago, I saw some old lady. Like I'm talking this woman, God bless her. I hope that I'm as active as she was, as old as she was. She was like 100. And she was there, but she was so little. And she was trying to reach the pulley. And she had to ask someone around her for help. And I thought, you know what? Because of that woman, out of respect to her, I'm always going to bring it down to at least halfway when I'm done.
I always do the, what is it called? The thing that goes in the weight so you can adjust the weights? The weight stick?
The pin.
Okay. I always take the pin out and I take off whatever contraption I was using so people know it's done.
That's because you're courteous. You know who isn't courteous?
Everyone else at the gym?
Anyone who goes to LA Fitness in Paramus, New Jersey. If you're listening, you're an animal. You're an absolute animal. You should have your membership revoked. You're disgusting.
I can't. Okay? So I think when I come back over Christmas, I'm going to come with you to this gym because I just have to see it.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Your brain will explode.
I need to go to I'm going to do a LA Fitness in New Jersey tour.
I mean, that would be kind of fun.
But what are
I've done Paramus and I've done Wayne.
What is the one on Route 3? Is that Clifton or Wayne?
Probably Clifton.
By Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza.
It's probably Clifton. I don't think Wayne goes over there.
Oh, you should go to that one. It's new.
Let's see. Jolly Russian Buddha said, I want a gym to make/enforce a rule that gym goers have to re-rack
Yes.
weights, 3 strikes.
I don't understand why it's
There would
not.
be nothing greater. It's just, it takes, first off, that means they're going to lose revenue if they actually start kicking people out, right? Which a gym will never do. You've got to really do some messed up stuff to get kicked out of a gym. And it means they're going to have to somehow police that, which means they're going to have to hire people or something.
Oh,
So,
well, I don't know what's going on in Paramus, but I was putting weights back yesterday, like plates. Well, I guess they're not plates because they were 5. I don't know. What do I call them then if they're not 45?
no, they're still plates.
But they're
if
not plates.
Yeah, exactly. They're
Okay.
plates, but not plates.
So, they were strewn everywhere. Is that a word?
Strown? Strown? It could be. Is anyone in the chat is strown a word?
No, there was a word I was looking for. Strown? It's not thrown. It wasn't thrown. Okay, they're everywhere. So in between sets, I'm putting them away. But now the gym has like wet wipes, and you can you get the wet wipe and you wipe down your area.
Yeah.
Just 15 of them on the floor all around. And I'm like, I'm not picking these up
Yeah.
because you use these to clean your sweaty ass. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
Strewn.
Sometimes
Thank
if I
you.
have enough time, and if I have 90 seconds or so between my sets, I will grab another one of those wet wipes and just pick up the other ones.
Well,
Not because I'm trying to be nice either, because it's for me, because I don't like having all those things around me.
no, agreed. So the word I was looking for was strewn. I combined thrown and strewn, I guess, and said
So
strown.
close. Close.
Strewn means untidily scattered.
There you go.
So-
Strewn about.
Strewn.
Not strown. Strewn about.
Yeah. Why did that word come out
It's
of
a weird word. I don't know if I like saying that word, strewn.
Yeah. So,
I don't like how it
but
makes my mouth feel.
last week Anthony was talking about a plate on each side means of the big bar is at least a 45-pound weight on each side, right?
No, when you're referencing how many plates you're putting up, I've got a plate. You have a 45 on each side, which sounds dumb because you have 2 plates, but that's not what we're talking about. It's a plate on each side. And if you're putting up 2 plates, that's 2 plates on each side.
Oh. So you're only counting one side.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know how it came up, but everyone was like, remember, I was like, I don't think I can do that
Yeah.
weight yet. That would be 130 pounds deadlifting, correct?
135.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
45 plus 45 plus 45.
okay.
135.
I missed that part. Anyway, I got up to 125 yesterday by myself.
That's good.
I know.
That's really good.
My
And you
butt
were
is going to be
deadlifting it?
my butt is going to be so big by summer. Can't wait.
But yeah, a plate on each side gives you 135. And that's why, because we were talking about how there's all the different maths, right? Like girl math, boy math, whatever. And we were talking about how there's that meme about gym math is 45 plus 45 equals 135. Because a plate on each side, 45 and 45, is when you include the bar, comes
Right.
out to 135. But you never say that part out loud. You add it in your total. It's weird. I don't know how. I don't even know how that math started happening.
Well, I'm going to need a belt, I think.
A lifting belt?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Yeah, get one. I normally, and obviously I'm a bigger human, like I weigh more. I'll use a belt when I'm going with heavier weights. I try not to use the belt with lighter weights and higher reps because I want my core and my body to understand how to properly lift that, right? I don't want to have to rely on that all the time because you're going to be lifting things throughout your life without proper support. You're going to be lifting groceries, kids, whatever, furniture. So you need to know how to brace your core. But if you're going above and beyond, like when I'm over 300 pounds in the deadlift, I'm usually using a belt there.
All right, I'll wait till then. I don't need it yet.
I mean, no, but 300 pounds for you, your threshold should be lower, most likely.
So is it half, you think?
What, 150? I think, yeah. I think you could also get there's lighter belts.
Okay, what's my goal going to be?
Leather belt that I have.
Do I want to? I think
I don't know.
150. My goal is to deadlift 150.
One time?
I don't.
How many times did you do 125 the other day?
I did 3 sets of 5.
That's pretty good. So you could definitely do 150 pounds once then.
Right
If you
now?
did 3 sets, yeah, absolutely.
Right
If you
now.
to do it one time, you absolutely could, yes.
I think my whole spine will fall off.
I don't think so. If you did 125 5 times, there's actually there's a 1 rep max calculator. 1 rep
What is
max calculator.
Is this like the same thing when I Google how to make friendship bracelets?
What?
It's like how, the map of friendship bracelets. This is the same thing.
Okay, so if you lifted 125 for 5 reps,
Mm-hmm.
your 1 rep max according to what you've lifted already. Oh, it says 140.
All
I
right.
don't believe that.
Fred said you do your body weight, then your body weight in half. So then twice your body weight.
He's saying those are the goals you should set.
Oh,
So your
oh,
body
oh,
weight should be
oh.
your first goal.
Oh.
Then your body weight plus 50%.
I was
Then
doing-
your body, then twice your body weight.
I was doing math on all of that. Okay. Cool,
No.
cool. All right.
Yeah, so the 1 rep max calculator it's not like 100% accurate, obviously, but it's a way to safely figure out your 1 rep max because some workouts will tell you to go 80% of that for however many reps. If you don't have a spotter, you can do that safely.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Jen said,
yeah,
I'm
it says
impressed.
your 1 rep max to be 140.
Okay. I could probably do that. Jen said, I'm impressed with your arm strength. I have none. All of my strength is in my legs. Okay. So most of my strength is in my legs, but I've been using, they're like wrist straps and you like I can post a photo of them, but they go around your wrist and you can like loop the hand part around the bar so that you're not struggling because so much of that weight is hard to lift with just your bare hands. Like almost no one is doing that at the gym. If you actually like look at people, they're using something. And it's made such a difference for me. And it's actually helping my arms get stronger too, because I'm lifting heavier weights than normal when doing leg exercises, which is also helping my arms.
There's also this weird thing. I see it all the time at the gym. And I wonder because a lot of women will say the same thing. Oh, I have no upper body strength. It's all lower body.
It's
And
hard.
I think it's probably because for so long, society has made women like shy away from doing upper body exercises because like, oh, you're going to get too bulky or whatever, which is such a silly thing to think about.
Yeah.
Because the amount of time, energy, and food you need to get quote unquote bulky is wild. Trust me, I've been trying to do it my whole life, and it hasn't worked yet. But we've trained women to think that like it's unattractive or unbecoming of them essentially to do things like the bench press or bicep curls. When in reality, all of that you need to work the total package, and you just need to put the effort there.
Yeah. No,
right?
it's
Like if you want
true.
a stronger upper body, do more upper body exercises.
Push-ups.
And your legs are always going to be stronger than your arms. That's just the way
they carry your
humans
whole
work.
body all day.
Yeah. Imagine you were walking on your hands all day. How strong your shoulders and arms would be.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
So yeah, your legs will be stronger, but it is like it's crazy when I'll go to do just like an exercise, say it's like a lunge, right? And whatever I'm lifting weight wise, I could do 30, 35, I could whatever. And then I go to just do like a curl. I'm like, I gotta use a 25. Like it's hard. Sometimes I'll have to go down to 15s if I'm at Orange Theory and we're doing like a lot of reps. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm gonna hurt myself.
So think about it this way. Instead of getting like discouraged with using lower weights like that, think about it this way. There are multi-joint exercises and single joint exercises. The more joints you're using, essentially, the more work you can do because you're loading up more muscles. A bicep curl is a single joint exercise. You're just moving your elbow essentially. So you're not going to be able to do as much weight with just this one movement as you would, for example, a squat, because you're using your hips in your squat, you're using there's more going on. So that's natural to say, oh, I use less weight with a bicep curl. It's a smaller muscle group. It's less joints, and it's a pretty long range of motion.
I can't wait until we make our fitness app.
What is our fitness app?
Because I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna invent one.
What's it gonna do?
When I finally pass my personal trainer test, I'm gonna invent an app that helps people.
Are you taking a coding class as well? Who's
No,
making the app?
we got people. I'm not doing that.
Okay, because I don't know the first thing about making an app.
We'll figure it out.
Although according to all the Instagram people that come up on my Reels feed, apparently you could just have AI make you an app. You just say like, "Hey AI, make this app for me," and it goes and does all the things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
What
Erica
else is
said,
on
"I
your list, Carla
totally
Marie?
get you guys for a personal trainer."
I would not.
Okay.
Oh man, I got some pit sweat. That's
I
gross.
got. There's 3 more things on the list. We may save some for tomorrow. But quickly, the newsletter that has a lot of our favorite companies and their Black Friday deals will go out tomorrow. However, we'll tell you now that Seattle Gummy Company's Cyber Monday Black Friday deal has officially started. So it's 40% off. And then with our code, I believe you get another 20% off after that 40. Our code is CMA. Yes. And I did see someone earlier, Anthony, was asking if anyone's tried the new sleep gummies from them that don't have melatonin. You did, right? Okay. How was it?
Yeah, I have. I liked it. And sometimes when I have, whether it's melatonin in like a pill form or melatonin with a sleep gummy, I sometimes feel like the next morning I'm dragging a little bit. And it sometimes takes me until like mid-afternoon to kind of break that weird spell I'm under.
Yep.
I've noticed, and I've only taken the new sleep gummies twice, but I feel like I wake up a little easier than I do. And maybe that's just the way my body reacts to
Right.
melatonin. It could be different for everybody. I would suggest, especially with a discount, buy both and see how your body reacts, see how fast you fall asleep and how easy you wake up with each one of them. And you might want to use one for certain situations and one for another, depending on how much sleep you think you're going to get or whatever. But I've enjoyed actually how I felt the next morning with the non-melatonin version.
And again, like it all depends. There's times where I'll take one, I will sleep for 8-9 hours, not move, and it's great. But it does, I think it also depends on how much caffeine you've had that day, like different things. Like I took one last night and I passed out at like 10 and woke up at 2 a.m. wide awake for some reason. And I could not go back to sleep. And then Erica needed to be pet and cuddled. So
I think there's the energy gummies, which they actually have a stronger version of their energy gummies now. So normally each gummy, if you got the old school ones, is about 100 milligrams of caffeine. So it's like a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee is anywhere from 80 to 120 milligrams. So the new ones are 200
in one gummy.
Yeah, and a 200 milligrams is equivalent to basically a can of Monster Energy
or 2 cups of coffee.
Or 2 cups of coffee. So I'm just, those are like your gauges there. So you can get stronger energy gummies if you want. What I use most often from Seattle Gummy Company is the Power Up Gummy, which is there's a red label.
Yeah.
And that one I use, it's a tiny bit of caffeine. It's only 25 milligrams, which if you're trying to get like going for a workout, not going to cut it. But I use it in the middle of my workout because it gives you enough carbs to kind of get you through a long workout, especially if your workouts are an hour and a half or 2 hours, or if you're going for a long run. They're great. And then I use the recovery gummies at the end, which give you a lot of the carbs and nutrients you need to recover a little faster for your next day.
I can't wait till gummy meals.
I use those two almost every day.
Yeah, but
the sleep gummies I don't use every day. Immunity gummies I use when I travel.
I use immunity
hydration gummies I also use when I travel.
I have our friend Carrie is like, the hydration gummies have saved my life. And I was like, well, not literally. I need to tag that.
Yeah.
But I actually
diseases or save lives.
Before workouts now, I've been taking the 200 milligram caffeine. And to be very clear, they have pineapple in them, which pineapple is one of my like high intolerances. So I was like very nervous. And I'm fine, but when I eat regular pineapple, because it is just flavoring, it's a powder. So I was like, I'll be okay. And I was, which is great. Yeah. But I did the 200 milligram and then I lifted 125-pound deadlift. And by the way, so I guess it's 1 plate for a thrust, hip thrust.
Okay, yeah.
I got 45 on each side, so that's 1 plate. Excuse me, I'm asking.
What? Yeah, that's 1 plate.
But it's 2.
You answered yourself.
But it's 2.
No, it's 1 plate on each side. I have seen women put up like an ungodly amount of weight.
I stare at them.
Hip thrust.
I watch them.
Women with 4 plates on each side.
I watch and I'm like,
it's crazy.
You could kill somebody with that butt.
Yeah. Imagine just like hip thrusting him to a wall. It's crazy.
And I'm like, I don't even want to know what I look like because I am struggling. And every time I do it, I realize how much I actually have to pee because it's so much weight on your bladder. You can't do that one if you're pregnant. There's no way.
Well, it's not really on your belly. It's kind of on your, it would be under where I guess your belly, I don't know. I'm never going to be pregnant. This is not a problem. Find an expert, talk to them about it. I don't even know why I'm answering that question. I love this from Mergen1990 in the chat. She said the pre-workout / energy and hydration gummies definitely got me through my half marathon.
That's so cool.
And that's like what I was saying. If you're going to be going for a long time, you do want some fast acting carbs. And that's why those energy gummies, the red, which is, what's it called? I can't think of it. I'm trying. They're probably not far from me right now.
Energon.
Nope, that's the recovery one.
No.
You know what? I'm going to hit the link that
Power Up.
Claire put in here.
Power Up.
Power Up. That's the one. The Power Up gummy. So it's a red label. That's the one that you're going to want if you are working out. You're going to want to take it during your workout or right before if you have a long workout.
So their Black Friday sale is 40% off. There is a code. It's right on their website. I'm not even going to start saying the letters. But when you use their code, then you use our code as well. So you get coupon stack. And then in your email, you'll get a BOGO code for future use, buy one, get one. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bam, bam, bam.
So I'm gonna sample it right now, right? So the energy gummy variety, it's 12 pack.
You're gonna sample it.
Choose an option, mint chocolate, add to cart. So that's 12 packs, normally $36.
Still cheaper than coffee every day.
Let's see, how do I do? Okay, coupon code. Ours is CMA.
I believe so.
Oh,
I wonder if
CMA. Apply.
Did it work?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
So that CMA took out $7.
Okay, now do BFCM 2023.
Oh, and it actually auto applied that. So that $36 pack of 12 packs of gummies, which ends up being 24 gummies individually, $17.
Shut
with
up.
Both codes. Yeah.
Also, it's my best friend Carla Marie 2023 is their code. BFCM 2023.
Oh, Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Best friend Carla Marie 2023.
So, but yeah, if you put those codes, and it looks like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday one will auto, but double check obviously. But yeah, $36. You're looking at $17 total. That's pretty awesome.
That is
And obviously,
absurd.
depending on where you live, the shipping costs are going to be a little different, and there might be different taxes based on where you live.
Yeah.
But that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I can't say that enough.
Just stock up for like the next year.
You know, I was talking to my cousin who was christening his child yesterday. I complimented his suit. He was wearing like a nice light blue suit. I said, "Oh, that's really cool. Like, you look good." He said, "Yeah, I buy all of my suits and my supplements on Black Friday."
Honestly,
He's like, "I'll buy my supplements for months on Black Friday."
Oh, should I go to GNC for you here?
I mean, there's GNCs here, but yeah, go for it.
You're gonna take them.
I don't know what their samples are.
It'll probably be huge.
Codes are.
I'll go and I'll go to GNC and I'll make friends with the people there, and then I'll take GNC from you too.
Why are you trying to take my life? Isn't there a movie about a girl who tries to like take someone's whole life over and pretend to be her or something?
Yeah. What is what is that?
That's what you're doing to me.
Also, what was I going to say about? I started making like lists of things that I have to buy, and we should think about things we need to buy for the studio as well.
I'm already looking. There's a lot of stuff out there, but I'm going to spend some time in the next couple days, like really figuring out what we need to buy because I always miss Black Friday sales. I never care enough, but this year I'm going to be smart. You know.
No Pokemons.
Well, if they're on sale, who knows?
Okay, so tomorrow we will talk about health update. That's me, and baking.
Baking. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you all. I see. Oh my God, my pants are so sweaty.
Yeah, I know. That? I saw it earlier.
That's so gross. I gotta wear darker shirts next time I'm here.
That's all right. It's natural.
Lights, I'm under the big lights. You know. I don't know. Carla, are you gonna take us home?
Oh, what do I got to do here? So hold on,
We have to
end, and then I'm going to send
we have
over
to go
the
to
end
the end
screen, and
screen.
then I need to hit
Yes.
stop streaming, right?
Yes, but first we say goodbye to everybody.
Okay. Goodbye,
So
everybody. See you tomorrow.
later.
Okay.